and you're just gonna go back in the same way I showed Parker. You're gonna pull it back and just let it release from your hand. What up, Rep Back? It's your boy here, King Reptar, back with another vlog. I hope you guys are having an amazing day, and if you guys aren't, you know the drill. Kunai flip. One more for your ass. It's about to get a whole lot brighter, Rep Back, because today I'm going to be teaching you how to throw kunai like Naruto.
Damn, that was first try.
That was first try, one take. But I'm gonna be teaching you how to do that. I mean, obviously this is my vlog channel and I have, you know, this is about my personal life and about the inner amalgamations of that. And one of the closest things to my heart is using weapons, obviously. One of the things is kunai and the other thing is the katana. Those are my two favorite weapons to use, but the one I've been using the longest by far has been throwing knives. I mean, Parker can attest to this, is my friend. I've been doing this for like over 4 or 5 years now at this point, right?
I can attest to that. He's been doing it over 4 or 5 years.
Parker's on-screen testament.
5. Did you get 5 stars?
I've been throwing knives for over 5 years. I'd say I'm pretty damn good at it. I've been doing it for you guys for videos, so that has given me the reason to throw them a lot more than the average person. So it's very ingrained in my life. So therefore, that's why I've gotten good at it. But I'm going to be teaching you guys how I started, where it all began, so you can hopefully throw knives just like me, or anybody else that throws knives. I don't know why I'm saying like a superhero or something. Just like me, Marcus Jones. I mostly say that because you guys watch me do it, but when I say throwing knives, I mean this is something that you should only be doing if you're an adult, and not just that. If you're younger, you can do it, but obviously talk to a parent, do it under, you know, good supervision, and make sure you always have these. Honestly, if you're just starting out, I highly recommend these in general, because when you're using it against a hard target, like for example wood, there is a very, very high chance of a ricochet coming back at you, especially if you don't know what you're doing. So I recommend this. I recommend some kind of hand protection, and also every single time, make sure you're wearing shoes. Okay, I mean, maybe not these kind of shoes. These offer like zero protection. It's just fabric, you know. I've done this for a long time. Make sure you're wearing shoes, because you do not want to step on a knife, have it hit you in your foot. It is painful. It's happened to me many of times. But let's go ahead and get started. But the whole catalyst of this video, man, is this wood. We found this freaking wood. This is literally like Naruto substitution jutsu style wood. It's so freaking sick. These are my personal kunai. I had them. Look how fresh these kunai are.
Oh yeah, like never been used.
Exactly. I brought them just for today because we found this log, but I didn't get to vlog it because we were filming something else, and then it kind of was like, oh wow, let's just do this right now because it's there. But here's a reenactment of how we found this log.
What a beautiful day we're having.
Yeah, the weather is fantastic. Oh, what? Oh. Dude, look at this.
Oh, what?
That's exactly what I'm looking for the channel. It's a great target.
This right here?
Look at this. This cracked. I mean,
yes.
Great condition.
Great condition.
Can you pick that up for me, and we're going to go ahead and add this to the channel. Oh, wow. That looks exactly like what we need.
What, this?
Yeah, that.
This wood?
Oh, wow. Right now, an idea is coming in my head, and it's saying...
It looks like substitution jutsu.
Yeah, and we could use it for a video. Egad. Okay.
That's basically how it happens.
That's pretty much what went down. Alright, so what it's going to take, guys, is all you need to start out is you don't want to start off with anything sharp like this, like a kunai, because first off, that tip, if you drop it, it's going to go on your toe or somewhere else and it's going to hurt. The sides, they can cut your fingers up. As somebody who has a lot of little slits and scars on my hands, I can tell you that's what's going to happen. But you want to start out with something like this that cannot cut your hand whatsoever, but it's thin enough to get into a target. Literally, before we were starting this video, come on over here, P-Man.
What?
Right?
You never call me P-Man. What?
P-Man. This is the vlog channel. I'm more chill. This is, you know, I call you
the... You could be the most chill. You've never called me P-Man.
Okay, Parker. Right before we were filming this, Parker was saying it is literally impossible for me to get this into this. And I'm telling you, even with this rounded edge, you could take a zombie down. You can go through the skull of a zombie with a hard enough throw. And I'm telling you, dude, I can get the stick in this.
Into that wood?
Yeah, but this is not what you'd be starting off with your target, because that takes a lot of velocity and a lot of strength, and you don't want to mess up your butter knives. Also, don't go into your mom's cabinet and start grabbing all our butter knives like I did, okay? Make sure you buy your own butter knives if you're an adult. Or if you're an adult, you can grab your butter knives out of your cabinet if you want to, but if you're a kid, make sure you buy your own butter knives and make sure you have, you know, everything squared away with your parents, because this really is the safest way to make sure you don't get hurt. And again, with that eye protection, also some kind of footwear. Fucking footwear, man. I feel like a freaking teacher.
Like a PE teacher. I don't really have a syllabus for you guys, but you're gonna need some type of footwear.
Yeah, make sure you bring the correct footwear. So what you're gonna use for your target is something like this. You just want any kind of cardboard. When I was first starting out with throwing knives, the block didn't exist. The block is absolutely perfect because you can get it to stick in without that much velocity, and it repairs itself. But I used to use cardboard because it was cheap. You could replace it, and nothing, there's no problem. You can find boxes like this all the time. So this is the perfect item. I have some light bulbs in here to to give some structure. We're gonna throw the butter knives and show you how to actually learn how to throw the knives and how to spin it correctly with the right footing and form, so that way you can get it down before you start using a real knife. All right, so here we go. We got the butter knife set up. So how you're gonna do this is when you're about 6 to 10 feet away, almost every single time, you're gonna wanna go for a half flip. So what a half flip is that means when you have the blade down and you have your hand on the actual blade. It's very easy to do with a butter knife because it's not sharp. But if you have a knife, you're gonna do a pinch grip, which would be like this. It's gonna be having a little bit of the knife on your actual hand. It's hot as hell. Freaking sitting in the sun, bro. Jesus. But you're gonna have it like that in your hand. You'll have a little bit on your arm, and that's what you can see on my hand. You see that callus right there?
As a matter of fact, I do.
That callus is actually from me holding the knife right about there, and that's where my hold spot is. But for everybody, you'll eventually build that callus up, but you'll have a little couple scrapes, maybe some redness in that spot after a period of time. That just comes with the reality of knife throwing. Here we go. With these, we can hold on as much as we want to and get a good grip on it, and you're gonna for half spin just by letting go. Try to throw the knife like this. You'll see even me throwing it, I would have to go for a really hard whip to get a full spin. It's gonna hit the back of it, and watch the slow-mo. You'll see the back of the knife is what's gonna hit. You saw it stick in the back, right?
Yeah.
And that's the good thing about cardboard, like I was saying, is it doesn't take very much at all to get the target to stick, and that's gonna give you a little bit of confidence, a little bit of consistency. So once you have that set up, you're gonna go for the tip now and see how much further this sinks in. Another one. One of them stuck and popped out. The other one went completely clean through, and that's because I've got, you know, quite a lot of experience. Your throws are gonna be probably a little softer and look more like this. You want to just make sure you have the form down, so you're gonna have your left foot planted. You can either have it pointed, you can have it to the side. For me, I like it at the side because it gives me more a wider motion range for me personally, but everybody's gonna do it differently. And you want to square your body up to the side direction if you want to, or you can square your body up forward. It really depends. Like a lot of this is almost like skateboarding, where foot plants and stance is all based off the person and their preference. Once you have your comfortable stance set up, you're gonna pull the knife back and you're gonna let it go. But it's gonna look more like that. You see how much slower that was in the air?
Oh yeah.
Way slower, and it's easier to consistent. You wanna watch it, almost like slow motion, Sharingan, watch it as it's going in the air, because that's how you're gonna learn about motion rotation, and that's how you can do flips like this with not having to worry about where the handle is, because I can see the knife a lot slower than most people can. And that's what's called a full flip, which is a complete rotation of the knife. And to do a full flip, you're gonna usually wanna be a range around about here somewhere, maybe about 15, 20 feet. But if you get skilled at it, you could start doing it even at, you know, 5, 10 feet, and it looks pretty cool. All right, Parker, so I gave the breakdown to them. Do you think you learned something from that?
Wait, I was supposed to pay attention?
Yes.
No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I got it.
All right, so Parker's gonna give it a shot of using everything I just said. Hopefully he can see if he can get to sink into this target. He's throwing a lot of knives on the channel, so he does have more experience than most people, but at the same time, he's mostly behind the camera, so he doesn't have the everyday consistency of it. So it's gonna be a fresh start for him on actually learning the skill set of it. And I've never broken it down to him like this before. It's just kind of been, you know, just trial and error. All right, so after Parker does this, I'm gonna show him also that you can get it to stick in that wood. I'm gonna go for it, but you're gonna go ahead and walk up to about the line. We'll go ahead and use the line as the consistent spot. So what did I say first?
You flip it and you look cool.
No, you gotta put your feet, you're correct. You gotta get your hand, your stance right. What makes you feel most comfortable when you're about to make a pitch? For example, like in baseball.
About here.
There you go. So you have your foot planted in front, and now you're gonna go ahead and pull back. He does have it with the blade in hand, so you're gonna let it go smooth. You're not gonna try to launch it with any kind of serious velocity. You're just gonna let it slide out your arm, almost like a catapult.
That is my problem. You know that.
Yeah, exactly.
I try to launch it like all the time.
Because you don't have to do that, because of the fact we've already done the spacing. We know exactly what rotation is going to happen as long as you throw it smoothly. So you putting any extra force on it is actually going to impede the chances of you getting it tipped first. All right, so go ahead and throw. You got 3 shots at it. Let's see what you got here. Hey, so you got the back on that one. When you can judge that, and you don't have to, you know, you can't beat yourself up when you missed it or you do it wrong. You can see Parker got the back of that one, so that means he did a full rotation, because when we saw him throw it, he had it in his hand like this. So that because of that, that means you have to do about half the wrist twist that you did that time. All right, go ahead and let one go smooth. That was perfect. You literally got the tip first.
So weird.
Yeah. If you watch the slow-mo on that one, that was perfect. It was tip first. The accuracy was the only thing off on that one.
That's so weird. Like, cause you're honestly like just letting it go.
Yeah.
Not even throwing it.
You just let it go. You have to trust the process and you have to trust the spacing. And once you get that trust, it's easy to commit. All right, let's get that 3 for 3 going. Boom, that's tip first. Boom, tip first again. Boom, those all 3 were tip first. Let's just get one with a nice solid stick in there. But you got it, man. That's 3 in a row you sucked. I'd say maybe put a little less twist on it. Oh, that's the money right there. Feels good though when it sticks, right?
I got it.
All right. There we go, right there. It's in there though, man. If you would have got the other way, it would have slid out. But you got the rivets on it.
It's funny when it's a cardboard, target. If it was like something, a little bloody.
Yeah.
it's in,
Skin, yeah. But you see, this is what happens when you're first starting out. You get it in there, and just the fact that you get it in there, that is a success because you're actually getting the rotations down. Then, once you upgrade, this is the stuff you can do with butter knives even. Woo-hoo-hoo, there we go. So, this is what you can do once you have some skill. It can actually go in there. I told you it's possible.
I guess I stand corrected.
It's exhausting, but it's possible. Alright, so now we're moving on to real KUNAI. So I wouldn't even recommend going necessarily this fast of an upgrade because you could also buy something like this. And obviously I don't really use these that often. This one's over there in the dust. But this is an actual throwing knife. Only one side of it's bladed. It's, very, very weighed perfectly. Though they look very sick, they are on the higher end scale of difficulty to throw comparatively to most throwing knives. So KUNAI are definitely something you might want to upgrade to before starting out. So I'm going to be using them today. And once you upgrade to a knife, you can use any kind of target you want if you still have no resources like wood or anything like that, because over here it's a big deal to find something like this. But if you can go to Home Depot, find a wood board, some 4x4s, line them all up, there's a lot of different options you can do. Okay, so we're gonna start with doing what we just did with the half spin, and then after that I'm gonna be showing you how to throw the knives like Naruto or any of the Naruto characters. So starting off with our half spin, you're gonna go ahead and do the same exact thing. You're gonna make sure it's half your hand just like that, and like I said, I have that callus in my hand right around here, but you can hold it however you like, and you're just gonna go back in the same way I should park. You're gonna pull it back and just let it release from your hand, and you'll see the stick on this is gonna be way more significant than a butter knife. Woo!
Oh, the sound is just great.
Yeah, it's magnificent comparatively. There we go. So that's what it looks like when using a real KUNAI. It's a lot more satisfying, and that's using the same exact mechanics that I just showed you with the butter knife. That's just doing the upgrade. So once you get the butter knife down, you feel confident with, you're seeing that rotation sticking tip first a lot of times, then you can work your way up to real knives if you have the responsibility of the adulthood that I was talking about, or if you have the permission. All right, then once you get all those mechanics together, this is what a velocity throw looks like.
Oof. Oh my god.
You see the shake on that one?
Yeah. That shook like a diving board, and then that moved back.
Yeah, that's a velocity throw.
Oh.
Yeah, if you get this, if that kind of throw, that's what you call a lethal throw. Some of the throws I was doing at the start throw, that would be something just to kind of mess the person up. That would be like a ninja star throw as a distraction. That's like a takedown kind of throw. And that's not something you can do once you get all those mechanics mastered. Same way a black belt starts the white belt. That's like the final form. So you can't expect that kind of result until you practice a lot. All right, so now that you've seen those mechanics, you ready to try the KUNAI?
Ooh, okay.
Let's do it. But it's not gonna be easy as the cardboard because you're gonna have to get a little bit more velocity to stick, but it's also gonna be sharp, so you have that to help you as well. With the ring on the back of the KUNAI, that thing hitting wood can ricochet really, really fast back at you, almost with what seems like as much velocity as when you threw it. So you wanna be careful, and that's why we're using the block, because the block is a soft block, so even if you hit the ring, it's not gonna ricochet very much. So your foot planted, arm back. All right, you got the pinch grip ready. It's not gonna slice your hand on the way out, correct? That's the main thing you wanna check for, is just to make sure that when you're following through that you don't feel the blade running against your hand. Go ahead and give the people a nice throw. See that?
That was a perfect back.
That was a perfect back, but you see how far of a ricochet you got even with the block? That would have almost definitely hit you. You would have had to dodge it. And once you find the sweet spot, all knife throwing is being consistently good at that sweet spot. There it is. I literally saw it happening once you threw it. Like, I didn't even need you to throw it. I saw your hand positioning and I saw the way it came out the hand. I knew it was gonna stick. That was a perfect throw, and that's your perfect example right there.
Thanks.
So now you officially can throw a kunai.
Not consistently, but I can do it.
Yeah. Now let me show these people how to throw it like Naruto. Okay, so in Naruto, they do what's called a no spin. Because we've all seen the show where they're literally, you know, double handing, you know, single throw, and they all fly perfectly straight like a needle through the sky. That kind of logic is just physically impossible. But what you can do is called a no spin throw, and that's when there's no spin at all. So usually when you're practicing a no spin throw, you're gonna be probably 5 to 6 feet away, and all you're doing is literally hold it right where you normally would in the handle, and you're just gonna let it go and let it fly. Boom, just like that. You're not gonna have that much impact, you know, when you first start out, but you just slowly work on letting it dive. It's almost like a dolphin in the air if you watch it closely. Keep your eye on this one. You can see that you'll see it kind of float in the air like this and then kind of do a sink dive.
Oh yeah.
So literally the knife is flying, you can see it in the slow-mo, it's flying at a sideways angle, and then you're trusting in your flip instinct that it's gonna actually eventually hit tip first. So now to do that Naruto style sideways flipping, that would be essentially doing this, but at any angle.
Oh, okay. So it's like when you master the throw normally, you're able just to kind of instinctually use the same kind of muscle memory to do like any other direction?
Any other direction as well. So for me, I've limited myself out because I mean, you don't really usually do that much. So for me, I can do a sideways one, which would be like this.
Whew.
That's the most consistent you'd have to do. Like if somebody was trying to basically catch you off guard, that would be your, you know, your quick attack to try to stop them. And that's where I've maxed out myself because that's where I realistically needed to. All right, let's see if we can get a ranged Naruto throw though. So I'm Sasuke, I'm coming back, I'm throwing it. Oh, that was almost it. All right, we're in the Leaf Village. Orochimaru attack, he's backing us up.
Ooh, damn.
There we go. So that's like as realistically as far as I could go doing a Naruto throw, and that's only about maybe 12 to 15 feet. That is not an easy throw to do, and look at how little velocity like that has. You mean how easy it's coming out? It's not a very useful throw, but it's really sick looking and it's definitely cool. So that is how you throw like Naruto. You do everything that we just did. Half spin, you learn the full spin, you learn all the different rotations, and then you try to work on which is a no spin. And that's basically isolating everything to where you're doing the perfect hand steady movement of just letting the knife go.
Whew.
And that is like the hardest thing realistically to master, but it's also the most useful and what you would use in a fighting situation if you really needed to. You're gonna go for a no spin unless something's running away, zombie, then you go half spin. But most of the time you're gonna use that no spin. All right, so that is the half spin, that is the no spin, and that is how you throw like Naruto Uzumaki. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys smash that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and check out this video on your screen right here, which is actually a video that YouTube recommends for you. Usually I don't do these type of videos on this channel. It's more about my personal life and my day-to-day stuff, but if you guys enjoy all that kind of stuff, make sure you guys check that out. I'll see you guys over there. As always, Rep Pack. I'll see you beautiful people in the next one. Adios. Bloop. Adios. Bloop.